How are we getting on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We're back today with another Sunday Sessions video. If you guys are new to the series, it's basically where we choose a few pairs that we feel hold good potential for the coming week. We break down some of the analysis we have performed, giving you guys the ability to not only replicate our analysis, but it also kind of gives you an additional insight into the markets themselves. So this style of video is brilliant for those veterans who have a working strategy. They just want to see someone else's opinion. But it's also good for those newcomers and beginners in the industry that are wanting to learn a working strategy and are wanting to get a feel for how we should be looking at analyzing these markets. Now, if you go on to enjoy this video, please leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. Seeing all the positive feedback just makes us want to do this more. So we really appreciate any feedback that you guys have. If you have any questions with regards to the analysis that I go through today, whether it's a pair that I've discussed or, you know, my strategy itself, if there's something that you don't understand within it, let me know and I can create a video around it. As I think it's quite important that you understand what it is that I'm speaking about. So if there is an aspect of what I'm talking about that you don't understand, then it's going to make it difficult to see where I'm coming from when it comes to obviously explaining my analysis this Sunday sessions. Now, there's a few pairs that I'm going to go over today. I'm going to try and keep the video as quick as possible, as I always do on a Sunday. I just want, 15 minutes to really hone in on some of these pairs, just to kind of give you guys a feel for what I'm looking at doing this week. So we're going to start off with the Euro US dollar. That's what's on screen at the moment. And you can see that this pair has been trading us in a bearish way for a very long time. Just going to briefly go back to the weekly. So you can see it's been trading us in a bearish way for a long time now, going back to 2009. We've seen price within this corrective phase, within this bullish structure, because if we look at the overall structure of the market, I think it's pretty evident to see that it's a bullish one. So realistically, we want to be buyers longer term in this market. And I feel that this corrective wave, so the bearish wave that's traded us lower, is coming to an end. And we can expect a new bullish impulse to take place. That's what it seems like to me, because when we zoom in, you can see that we've had structural breaks to the upside. So we've broken all of these what would be seen as protected highs in this bearish structure. We've seen breaks in that, and we are starting to see bullish structure being created. Now, something to point out, we did have a break in structure here. So this was the last structural low that was seen as protected. Price went on to create a high, the highest high that price has created within this. We did see this break to create a new lower low. So that's a suggestion that price may be looking to go short temporarily. Now, what would stop that from being the case is if price went to break this high. All that's happened is this low here is a deeper low that's been set in order to create a new higher high. So the bullish structure would, in that sense, look something like this. Clear bullish structure, yeah? When we have something like this, it's always a good inkling and a good suggestion that price may actually be looking to trade us lower. So I am preparing for potential short opportunities. Reason being, we haven't broken the last high that was created, and price is starting to break down. So if we just go to the daily timeframes, price came to set a lower high. As you can see, it was lower than the last one. This price here has traded into an order block or a hidden order block, which tells me that price is correcting to trade into the order block to potentially take us lower. We go down to the 4 hours now. After price traded in to that hidden order block, back where the previous high was set, we've then seen that enough supply has been introduced to actually break this bullish structure to the downside. So that tells me again, well, price must now be looking to go short again. So we have a break of structure to the downside here. We have our break of structure to the downside here. So there's two suggestions there that actually price may be looking to put in a corrective wave within the higher time frame corrective wave. Because if we look here, I know it's a bit confusing in that sense, but when we look here, it's absolutely normal for price to set a high like this, come down to set a higher low before going on to set a higher high. So that may be what price is doing. If price has broken structure downside here, it's now setting a lower high and potentially trading us lower, then this may be the structure price is wanting to put in, which again is absolutely fine. Now, as we zoom in, go back to the daily, you can see here that there is a clear order block I wanted to see price trade up and into. We did actually get that penetration there on the 6th of September, and then price is now starting to trade us lower. Now, as we actually go down on the time frames, we've obviously had the penetration of the zone here. That has caused price to break structure for the third time. And what we are seeing now is price pulling back, trading into this order block. And we are again seeing bearish structure to the downside. So I may, as of the open, actually look to take this market short. This was the last protected high, low within the bullish structure, because this low created the highest high. So now that we've seen that break, we kind of have confirmation to actually look to go short in the market. So an entry for me would have come, if we were being preemptive, could have come from this here, as prices traded in, wicked into this hidden order block and has traded as lower. But with that being mitigated, what we can do is we can go back to the 30-minute and we can say, right, well, there's this here, which would be considered an area of interest on the 30-minute time frames, and there's also this here. So by price pulling back into one or two, could potentially look to go short from these areas, which would generate us with some brilliant opportunities in the coming week, as we could ride price down. I could set our take profit just above this low here if we wanted to. That guarantees a take profit hit, or we could be really cheeky and set it all the way down here, which is a higher time frame area of demand that I've got. But that's my analysis for Euro US dollar. Looking to go short, just waiting for the right confirmation here to enter. So as of the open, just keep an eye and see how price plays from here, but definitely could be looking to go short in this market. So, okay, heading over to the Australian dollar to the US dollar. My analysis here is pretty self-explanatory. We've had price break structure to the upside, creating a new high. We're seeing bullish structure taking part in the market after a penetration of a demand zone. I just want to see price pull back into an area of interest, one of two that I've got marked out here, in order to give us a trading opportunity to actually buy in. We missed the initial impulse to get involved in those buy positions, just with us having the breaker structure to the upside, and then price pulling back very briefly before taking us higher. I missed out. I should have got involved in longs here, but I did miss out. So I'm hoping that price can pull back, trade us into one of two, and then obviously we can get involved in some longs, trading price up and into this supply zone or the one above, before then actually trading this market lower longer term. Reason why is because we've had a higher time frame break of structure to the downside. So I'm simply wanting to see price pull back, set a lower high before setting a lower low. Clear bearish structure. We are just taking part in the fractal nature of this market. Very quick, very brief analysis on AUD USD. There's not much that needs to be said. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Want to see price trade in, trade up, trade into these, and then we go and get involved in those shorts. So that's my analysis there for you for the AUD USD market. Heading over to the US dollar Japanese yen. Again, we've had a break of structure to the downside, or we're in process of having a break of structure to the downside. I want to see a nice candle close beneath this low here. That would be a valid break of structure for me, with this being the last protected low in this bullish structure that's traded price higher. Once we have that, I would then be wanting to see price correct itself, trading up and into a valid area of supply to set a lower high before trading us lower. So again, we are just looking at the structural laws of a market and taking advantage of them. You can see here, we have an impulse, correction, impulse, clear bearish structure, and we would trade price all the way down and into one of two zones. Once we are delivered with a break of structure to the upside and the supply and demand balance has flipped, that's when we'll obviously look to close those short positions and take this market long. Because to be completely honest with you, this is definitely a bullish market. Longer term, as you can see, if we go to the month, I mean, look at the structure that we've got. It's very much bullish, so we want to be looking to buy into this market longer term. We just want some good areas to actually get involved in those longs. So that's why I've got these two marked out for us at the moment. These are two areas of demand that I'd love to see price pull back into, clear some inefficient structure, and then obviously we get involved. But why not take part in the corrective wave if we can do? And that's what we would be doing here, essentially. So it's just about waiting patiently for price to play out, and then we can take part. So if you guys want to mark out this as an area of interest, wait for price to trade back up and into that, before taking this market lower. Now I'm going to finish off on the NAS100. I've been posting a bit of analysis on this pair as of recently. It was in demand from some of the guys in the VIP chat. So I posted some analysis here and price has played out really well. I'll throw up a screenshot of my last piece of analysis where I actually called this bullish move. Price has traded up and into this area of interest now, which is brilliant. We want to see relevant breaks of structure to the downside to suggest that enough supply has been introduced from this zone in order to flip the S&D balance. Assuming it has, we can look to take part in those short positions. If, however, this zone is absorbed, price continues to trade up, we could look to add to our buy positions, trading price up and into this supply zone, where I'll then be looking to close those buy positions and prepare to go short, again assuming we are delivered with confluence that this market is going to continue trading us in a bearish way. Now, I can't stress enough, it's so important that we wait for confluence and we wait for confirmation to enter. I know a lot of people are quite preemptive. Some people will probably going short from this zone already based on my analysis. That's absolutely fine, but just be aware that your success rate when it comes to placing positions is going to be lower in comparison to those who actually wait for additional confirmation. Now, there is no harm in placing short positions based on a penetration and a slight rejection from this zone, but this is still a bullish market. This is still trading us in a bullish way, and until price breaks this structural low, it will remain a bullish market. So that's why it's important that we wait for relevant confirmation. We see a break in a structural point in order to give us a confluence that enough supply or enough demand has been introduced, depending on where you're looking to trade, before entering in on a position. So if you haven't done already, go ahead and mark this zone out for yourself. The area in price is here on screen. Go ahead and mark it out for yourself, and obviously look to get involved once you're delivered with relevant breaks in structure. And the same with this zone here. Obviously, if we have a break above this, price is absorbed, then this would be our next target price. But that's actually going to conclude my analysis for the Sunday sessions. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, I'm quite brief with my explanation. I tend to spend more time on my case studies where I go into greater detail with my analysis. So if you're wanting a deeper understanding on my analysis, supply and demand zones, all of that good stuff, then go ahead and check out some of the case studies. I posted one just last week, but that's where I do like a deep dive into the pairs that I'm looking at taking part in. These Sunday sessions are usually just to get you up to scratch with what I'm looking at trading in the week and give you some zones and areas to work with. I hope it's done its job for you this Sunday, and I'm wishing you all a very profitable week. As I said at the start of the video, if you have enjoyed and you've learned a thing or two, and you've got some areas and zones to work with, brilliant. Leave the video a thumbs up. We appreciate all the support you guys provide. And if you aren't involved in our community, go to the link in the description and get yourself involved. There is a free Telegram group chat there where we discuss our ideas on a day-to-day basis. Now, with all that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next Sunday sessions video.